All right, welcome back to Conversation Convo Combos. And my question for you is, ooh, I don't know if you're ready for this one. I don't know if you're ready to pull the grenade off this bitch. Relationship experiences, good, bad, and funny. That's right. Why don't you go ahead and take a sip there, guy? Because I know it's a little. You know what? I'll crack open this bitch for you so that way we can both serenade in this. It's all right. Don't worry. I've been around the block.
Um,
That's good
yeah.
filler.
Um, I'd definitely say, um, I don't know how exactly did you want me to do it? Like, you want me to do one of my relationships and you do one of yours, or
Sure.
did you want me to just blast through mine and
Whatever you were comfortable with.
whatever I'm comfortable with? I'm comfortable with it all. That
Oh,
shit was all out there. You remember?
I know there ain't no skeletons in your closet.
My closet's empty. I need to put some shit in that closet. But so let me think. Start from the bottom, and now that we're here, Carrie.
Start from the bottom. Now we.
Um, Carrie was my first relationship. Well,
Pancake.
first like actual relationship, and that one was like I don't even know what happened and what the heck that was. That was
I feel
like
like that was like a fluke.
you want to talk about, yeah, it was literally a fluke, major high school drama for no reason, and it was just like um started off. I mean, it was like kind of okay, like yeah, sure, we're dating, whatever, and then it was like this is kind of like not really working
Well,
out.
then again, she was also very topsy turvy.
Yeah,
Like she was like
it.
one point she was with you, and then one point she was with her boy Johan, and then she went back to you, then she went back to Johan. It
Well,
was
there's
just
a
like,
story
what's this?
behind that.
Like fucking
Like,
hot potato.
so when she was with me, and then I kind of in that phase, I kind of felt bad because I was always, well, I was always grounded for every little thing, whether
Oh,
it was
dude, it
like
was
leaving
Jesus.
like a tiny, like almost empty glass
Like
on the
literally
counter with a little sip of milk.
word from word. Don't even think about hanging out with your friends. You're grounded. Like literally, like tone and everything, like exact on point. Like hit this kid up, and it was just like, oh, I can't. I'm grounded. I'm like, the fuck you mean you're grounded?
So you're talking about a kid who's entering high school and who's starting to get grounded for like every little thing, like leaving towels in the dryer. Mind you, it's not like, oh, I washed these towels and left them in the washer and they smell like mildew now.
Yeah.
Like they made it to the dryer. I successfully dried them and started it. So are the towels going to be wrinkly? Yeah. Could you restart the dryer to get rid of those wrinkles?
Of course.
Of course. So what's the point of grounding someone? Why not just be like, hey, you do know you left the towels in the dryer, so when you get home, rerun it for about 10, 15 minutes and then pull them out. Like, that's all you got to do.
At
Like,
that
there,
point,
there
just
was no, like, just like, some of the stuff I was like, what the hell? Like, why?
I feel like some of those moments you want to be like Jason Statham.
Yeah, straight up, like, throat punch. But I mean, my thing
I'm a high
was,
schooler.
yeah, like, I didn't understand it because I was
I'm a
like,
teenager.
you know, that just because my dad didn't want to like any altercation, he didn't want to ground any of us or yell at
Yeah,
either
he was
me.
very, very biased.
He was very biased and kept to himself and let my stepmom do all the grounding, all the yelling, all that. So I could see why she was angry all the time and why she felt like it was a uphill battle, because anything that went wrong, strictly she had to take up the ownership and take control, because my dad wouldn't have, I mean, the balls to do it, I guess you could say. And she said that countless times, where she's like, I'm the only one that does the discipline, and like, you don't do any of the discipline. And he's like, yeah, I do. I tell them, like, I mean, I agree with you and this and that. She's like, I don't care if you agree with me. You, like, need to do your own disciplining.
Yeah, she really wanted him to play his part.
Yeah, which he didn't. He didn't play his part. He wasn't, there as a dad like he used to be. I remember he used to play catch and all that with the ball and glove, or play football and throw the football back and forth. And then it's like then that all stopped, and it was like, okay, like, whatever. Like, if you're not going to engage with me, I'm the same way. Even with people now to this day, I'm like, if you don't engage with me, I'm just gonna let it go.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't gonna. No point in missing what's already gone.
No,
But but no, really, it's like my dad never engaged with me, so I was like, you know what, you're not gonna engage with me, whatever. Fine, I'll go do my own thing. And that resulted in me constantly being with friends, never being home, which made my stepmom mad because she wanted me to be home so housework could get done. And if I'm not home, why should I have to do housework? Like, if I'm not eating food at home all the time, like I was eating food at Ray's, why am I going to come home and do dishes?
Yeah.
Like, for food that I didn't eat? Like, that makes no sense.
I feel like, again, it falls down upon that expectation and also loyalty.
Yeah.
That's a huge major component. There was a podcast, and this is also when I went to like couples therapy when I was with my ex, and they were talking about how we have certain loyalty to our parents, even though that we don't live with them. We have a certain like attribute that still connects with them, that still shares a certain type of loyalty.
Yeah.
Because even though that we don't want to be like them, but we still have that type of sense of loyalty that like, oh, our parents did this, so internally like we are just exhibited what we see. But yeah, no, that's yeah. I I don't know. I think in matters if, like you said, if you're not at the location, then I personally feel like you shouldn't really have to. But then at the
Yeah.
same time, if you're living underneath that person's roof, and then I guess I understand in that aspect. But then even times there would be days
But
upon days like you slept over Rays.
yeah, where
they
I wasn't
wouldn't
living
even
under their roof.
Yeah, and they half the time they wouldn't even bat an eye.
Yeah.
You know, they only cared about your grades, and then when it became an issue about your grades, because fucking
Mind you, we're not
Miss
talking.
Mom.
Mind you, we're not talking like F's and D's and stuff. We're talking about like C's.
Yeah,
Or if I had a B and it went down to a C, or I had an A and it went down to a B, she would freak. She'd be like, "Your grades need to go up. They don't go down." Like, and I'm like, dude, there's gonna be times when your grades go down.
I was like, bitch, you're about to go fucking down.
like, dude, you can't expect someone to maintain the exact grade level or the exact letter grade
like bitch,
the
you work
entire way through.
bitch, you work at fucking McDonald's. You got me Mick fucked up right now.
Well, and that was the thing. She was like, "Oh, I didn't graduate. I dropped out, and you're gonna become like me if you keep going down this road. And I'm trying to fight to make sure you don't become like me." I'm like, you're pushing me to want to like.
If anything, yeah,
give up.
you're instigating it, and you're making me rebel even more, because it's just like, okay, if you cut a person off, or you keep on telling a child like, oh, I don't want you to drink, oh, I don't want you to smoke and stuff like that, if anything, you're just making them want to do it more. But
Yeah.
if you kind of like be like, okay, I don't care, do whatever you want, then they're kind of a little bit confused, but like, okay, like this person doesn't care and shit like that. Then when they get really deep in the shit, it's like, no, you got yourself in that situation, you get yourself out. Or then there's even those other type of parents who be like, you want to smoke? All right, here's a fucking whole fucking carton, not like just the packs, a whole fucking carton of Newports. I'm like, you're gonna smoke them all. And it's just like, oh, well, I don't really feel like, but you felt like smoking with your friends when you were at school, right? So what's the difference now? You're home. I don't fucking care, because I already know that you smoked at school. So what's the difference? Here, go ahead. Here's a lighter. Here's the whole fucking carton. I want you to finish this whole carton of cigarettes. And you tell me if you still like it, and then they're over here puffing in and stuff like that. It's like,
Starting
oh,
to feel like I
you know,
feel
it's
kind
like,
of
oh, like
nauseous.
I feel
Like,
nauseous. I'm not really feeling like, oh, so you're feeling a little nauseous. You're feeling sick. It's like, so then why did you do it at school? Were you feeling that type of way at school when you were doing it? Like, no. I'm like, so then why did you take the cigarette from your boy, whatever like that? Because he said, oh, it's gonna take the edge off and stuff like that. Is it taking the edge off right now? Do I make you nervous? Are you scared right now? It's like,
yeah,
no. I'm feeling nauseous and I'm feeling sick. It's like, all right then. So this is what cigarettes are gonna do to you if you keep on going. It's like, I'm gonna take these cigarettes and I'm gonna go ahead and dump them because I paid them. I paid for it with my money, same way that I pay for a roof over your head, same way that I pay for food on the fucking table, same way that I put fucking clothes on your back. So if you want to keep on doing this, then you can go ahead and waste your own money, and then you can go ahead and live underneath someone else's roof, and then you can go ahead and try to find food for your damn self because that's not what I'm raising.
yeah,
Point blank and simple. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
It's just like sometimes that's where it comes down to that harsh reality. You have your people who are neutral, then you have your people who are a little bit over the top, but like, you know, they give that type of stern type of discipline to make them come down to that realization. Then you have the people who are like too like sugarcoat with it and stuff like that. It's like, oh, like, you know, like, do you need to go to like therapy and stuff like that? I mean, sometimes it does help, you know, like talking and stuff like that because you don't know what, you know, your child is going through, which is, you know, another segment that we were talking about, like, you know, talk to your kids because
Yeah.
it's very important to talk to your kids. But
Yeah, and I mean, so with all that going on, um, I guess in my mind, I was telling like myself, like, you don't got time for a girlfriend. You don't even got time for your friends. Like, you're missing your friends. Like, you're missing out on stuff. Like, if you're missing out on stuff with your friend, how do you have the time to build an actual like relationship and a
yeah,
like connection with somebody to that level? And so, um, I basically would message her and be like, "Hey, like, this really isn't going to work out because I can't. I'm always grounded. We can't ever meet up. Whenever we make plans, I have to cancel them because I end up getting
oh,
grounded
that
or
was
something."
with N, right? That was with,
No, that was with
oh yeah,
Carrie.
yeah, that was with C. Yeah, Carrie. Yep.
But so I would do that. Well, then once we would break up, like she would be like, "No, no, 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 it's fine. Like
She
we
really
could wait.
wanted
We
to make
could."
it work.
And then I mean, she really wanted to make it work. And then I was like, "No, it isn't gonna work." Like I was really like pushing away because I was like, I can't even stand this. What makes me think that a woman is gonna stand this and tolerate like, oh, he can't even like stand up to his own stepmother. He's gotta like he's grounded and he's like
Well, that's the
trapped in the
conflicting
house.
thing too. Is that like some females they like that rejection because like most of the time females they want what they can't have
Yeah,
because they see something in the. It's the same thing the way they see clothing when they're going window shopping and stuff like that. They see beautiful dress
yeah.
in like the windows and they're like,
They can't
oh, I
afford
really
it,
want
but they
that, but
want
they
it.
can't afford it and stuff like that. That's why sometimes they may like steal or they might do OnlyFans or they might do like, you know, like the whole like type of Snapchat type of stuff like that and Cash App or, you know, Telegram, all these different type of like, you know, uh things or outlets that they can go to so that way they can extract money. But yeah, no, it yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, but I mean, so at that point I had pushed her away, and then we had broken up, and then I had found out that John was going out with her. He's like,
Yeah,
he's like,
dude.
hey, like, and he like he I gave him props. I remember I'm pretty sure he came up to me and was like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, bro to bro, like, you know how I introduced you to Carrie or whatever. Well,
Yeah,
me and her are actually going out now.
we're
We're
a
kind
thing.
of we're a thing. You know, I'm like we're kind of friends with benefits, but I
But not like to
feel like
a certain.
too much. I feel like we are in a relationship, but I'm not sure how serious this is gonna get.
Yeah,
And so I was like, I don't care. Like, okay, like moving on. And then I'd be sitting at home and kind of like chilling out. And mind you, I'd go to Ray's, hang out. Then next thing you know, I'm grounded, and I'm like, okay, like what the hell? And then she would randomly message me and then start talking to me, and I'm like,
Aren't you?
and then
Aren't you dating my boy?
aren't you dating my boy? And then she's like, yeah, but he's not really like, he's there, but he's not there. He's not on time. He takes forever to message back and like listen to me and stuff like that. And you just like listen to what I have to say. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, like,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm like, but
I was like, I don't know what you expect. Like, you want me to?
I'm like, I thought we didn't work out. Like, it's whatever.
Mhm.
And she's like, no, but I really want to like be with you, so I'll break up with Johan if you'll go back out with me. And I was like,
bitch, like I'm not. First of all,
I'm
like
like-
I'm not a coat. First of
Well,
all,
yeah.
and secondly, it's just like, bitch, there ain't no like off and on and stuff like that. I
I
already
will
told
say-
you what I'm working with.
Well, mind you, so this is freshman year, so we're still like fresh.
Yeah.
And kind of.
Well,
So,
the thing is,
I made the mistake.
freshman year, yeah, nah, it was.
I made
Yeah.
the mistake, and I was like, yeah, I mean, we can give it another try. I'll give it another try. Why not? And mind you, I was grounded. I had been grounded for a while. I was feeling kind of alone, and I was like, I like having that person that texts me back and forth relatively.
Yeah, you
back to
liked
back,
you
and
liked the reply, you liked the
Attention.
attention. Yes, yes.
I won't lie. I liked the attention at that time, and I mean, I think everybody likes a person to give them attentiveness
Of
to a
course,
degree.
of course.
But
Yes.
at that moment, I was really like absorbed in it, and I was like, yeah, I really need someone that's gonna, talk to me and give me their
Communicate
attention
and be
communicate.
able to reply.
And so I was like, yeah, I mean, sure. I'm like, and she's like, okay. And then literally the next day, I remember Johan, I can't remember, I think he came over to Ray's or whatever, and we are out like on his steps or something. And he was telling me like, Carrie broke up with me, like, I've never, like, this is like my first like relationship or something like that. And he's like, I was crying or whatever. And I was
What?
like, okay.
I didn't know about
And
all
then
this.
I'm pretty sure he told Ray.
Dude, what?
You'll
This is news to me.
You'll have to follow up with Ray and see if he remembers that, but it's been a hot minute.
What?
But I know he definitely said he was upset, like emotionally upset.
This is
And-
news to me.
And that got to me because I was like, I really did my boy dirty. I'm like, no. I'm like, this can't.
Yeah,
So-
you kind of like felt like that.
Like, I didn't real because when we had talked,
You felt
he
like
said-
Roscoe when he was like saying like
Yeah.
sometimes when you feel like a dirtbag you gotta say it like I am a dirtbag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Exactly. Because I was like, well, he said it wasn't serious, and he wasn't sure how serious it was going to get. So, but then not realizing he was starting to be like comfortable and like that feeling, I guess, of the attention
Mhm.
as well. So, yeah, no, like you said, I mean, I said it to myself, I am a dirtbag, and then I ended up breaking up with her. I said, listen, we gotta
break it off.
Like, we gotta break it
Yeah,
off because, I mean, I didn't realize you broke up with Johan. I didn't realize you were still talking to him. So you were talking to me, and then suddenly you're talking to him. Then you're talking to me while you're like with him. Talking
yeah,
about. So I'm like, I don't know if you're gonna do that to me later. I don't know what's gonna happen.
yeah.
I don't know if I'm like
Nah,
I'm gonna be able to have a stable relationship with the situation.
yeah,
I'm in.
because you don't want something that's gonna be
Well,
like portraying later in the
then-
future.
She proceeded to say, she was like, oh, well, my brother will come and kick your ass and beat you up and blah, blah, blah. Mind you,
So
this
like
all-
also like mentally,
know.
I feel like mentally she also
She-
wasn't really there
yeah,
either.
she wasn't. And, well, she was adopted, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. She was adopted.
But regardless, yeah.
Anyways, and then her brother, I don't know if you remember him. He was a tall white dude, always had like a leather like jacket on.
Oh yeah,
And all
yeah.
that.
Yep, yeah.
And
I
then
know
I was
exactly what you're
also
talking
known
about.
for wearing my leather jacket. I always had that NASCAR jacket
Mhm.
for a while. And
Well,
so
was it like a trench coat leather jacket, or was it like Because I remember there was always someone that
no,
always kept on
it
coming.
wasn't the trench coat
Oh,
leather
okay.
jacket, dude. It was just a short, like simple cut.
Oh, okay.
leather
All right.
jacket.
But you know what I'm talking about.
But
Yeah.
yeah. No, but anyways, and then she did the same thing to Johan. Was like, my brother will beat you up, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, you could even ask him. I'm pretty sure. Well, he might not. Again, he might not remember because you're talking back in like 2020.
Yeah. So like yeah,
or
you
not 2020, 2010.
yeah.
2011.
So yeah, it's been yeah, obviously a great amount of time, and that's yeah,
Yeah.
a great amount of time.
But yeah, so that's how that one ended. That's one relationship.
I would say for me, I mean, shit, man. I mean, you already know. Like I've been around the block. Um, I guess. Well, what was that like for good or bad for you? Was
Guess
that
you would
bad
say-
for you?
I guess you would say I've had worse though. That's the problem.
It's like a little bit happy medium.
Yeah,
It's like a little bit in the
because
middle.
like it was the first one. I guess first.
Oh, okay. Um, damn. I mean, shit. I mean, if we're going for first, I mean, like shit. Like my first relationship was like in fucking elementary school, and that shit was just like it was more spontaneous because I didn't even know it was even gonna happen, dude. And dude, like funny enough, the kid's name was Michael, and he was a little bit of like a little bit of a nerdy kid and stuff like that. But then again, you're talking about like elementary school, so we were all like kind of like like still like growing up and stuff like that. But like elementary school like relationships like can't really like take it serious, and I didn't really take it serious, and I was just like okay, I was just doing me, and there was this chick named Jessica, and she was in a relationship with him and stuff like that, and I'm just like over here doing me and shit like that. There was this one time in gym class. I don't even know what the fuck overcame me, but we were playing basketball, and I remember this kid. He went to go shoot for the hoop, but I'm like, dude, I stuffed the shit out of him. Like I'm talking about just stuff. Like I'm talking about like it was just like so fucking harsh on him. Like he
Not
had
at
so
my house.
dude, he had so much belief in that throw, and I came out and I was like fucking snuffed it out, and then fucking I wasn't like the best in basketball, but I picked the ball up and I shot or whatever like that. And back then, you remember that game of Mario 3-on-3 on Nintendo DS? I was just like, yeah, man, that was like Mario 3-on-3. What's good, bitch? And shit like that. And I didn't give a fuck because I was just like, I was yapping my mouth and shit like that. And he was like feeling some type of way. He was just like, dude, like, how the fuck is it like Mario 3-on-3? Like, there's no way, like there wasn't flames coming out or whatever. Like that. I'm like, dude, I stuffed you, bro. Like, how you even gonna like try to say something? Like, dude, you try to portray it and then I stuffed it. Like, what are you talking about? I was just talking my shit and whatever like that. And then there was this day. It was the school book fair, and we were just chilling and like talking and stuff like that. And I guess he was a fan of Pokemon. I was a fan of Pokemon too, and I don't even know how I got into the gist of it, but I remember it was like you remember how like back in like school how you would like slide notes, like slide written notes and stuff like that. I remember it was like either like our last like period or whatever like that. I got a note slid to me to one of my classmates. I remember his name Kyle, and he was just like, "Hey, yo, like read that," and I was just like, okay. So I opened it, and it was like, "Do you like me?" And I was just like, "The fuck?" And I kind of looked at him. I was just like, he was just like, no. It's like that,
He's like, yo, I ain't homo. Like, I ain't rolling that way.
He's like that's from Jessica. I was like, Jessica. I was like, isn't she is she dating Mike? Is she dating Michael? And he was just like, yeah, no, I don't know. I guess like they ain't together or whatever like that. But she's been feeling you, but like that's she passed that down. So she was like curious and stuff like that. I was like, I'm like, she does look pretty good. So I was like, circled yes. Then I passed it down, and then followed all the way back to her. Then like she gave me that look and like smiled at me. I was just like, I don't know what the hell's going on, but like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with it. And then when we had that book fair the same day, she actually like gave me like a bunch of Pokemon cards. Like I'm talking about, it was a whole like plethora. Like I'm talking about like you open up it and it
It's a
was
whole
like
booklet.
pages upon
Yeah.
pages of like booklets of Pokemon cards. And I was in like shock. I was like, oh, I'm like, damn. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, like, thank you. Like
Yeah.
I was not expecting that because my pops he would give me money and stuff like that because he would always have like couple like change and like like dollars and quarters and stuff like that. And he always like maybe like not make me, but he'd be like, hey, like if you want books and stuff like that from the book club, like like you're gonna have to do some work. And I was just like, well, what do you mean I gotta do some work? And he's just like, like, well, there's dishes in the sink, and I need you to do this and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
I'll buy you whatever book you want, but like I need you to like put in work. And I was like, all right. So I was able to get a Pokemon I think it was like a Pokemon Pokédex book, and I got a bunch of like that like I told you she gave me like that Pokemon book
Like binder books
card
or
case, yeah.
yeah.
And that relationship, it lasted all the way, surprisingly it lasted like all the way till like the pretty much close to the end of the year. I remember there was this kid that came in. I'm pretty sure you remember him. Funny enough, Matt. I don't know if you remember him, Matt Cooch.
Yes.
Everyone will call him like either Matt Couch or whatever
Yeah.
like that.
Mac
But
couch. Yeah.
yeah, like me and him, we definitely hit it off. There was one time that me and him got into altercation because everybody always treated this kid differently. And I didn't feel that type of way about him, but everybody was just like always like so like against him and stuff like that. And then there was one day that he like caught me while I was like leaving school grounds and stuff like that. I was walking home. He's like, "Hey," he's like, "What's up?" And I was just like, "What are you talking about?" Like me and him were like wrestling on like someone's lawn. It wasn't even his lawn. It was just like someone's random ass's lawn. I'm like, dude, what's your problem? It's like he was like, yo, like I heard you were talking shit, or I'm like, what are you talking about? Like I ain't saying anything about you. Like I don't like what are you talking about? He's like, so you don't know what the hell Kyle because Kyle was like one of those like popularity. Like
Yeah.
he was up there. He was one of those types of like people in elementary school that everybody knew about Kyle because everybody was like heartthrob of Kyle. He was actually voted most heartthrob in class, and I don't even understand why they wouldn't even do that in
Yeah.
elementary school. I think that's a little fucked up because why would you even have something like that in elementary school? Because
Yeah.
then you're making other kids feel like a little diminished. But besides the point, and he was like saying like, oh, like I like I was hearing all this shit and stuff. I was like, dude, like I'm like completely clueless of what you're talking about because I'm not about that. It's like I have no problems with you. Like I really don't care. Like it's not me being a bitch. It's not me being a pussy. It's like I don't have any altercation with you. Like I don't like in most respect. Like I don't care about you. Like it doesn't mean anything to me. Like me and you are fine. He's like, oh, it's like, all right. He's like, no, I just thought that like everybody was against me and stuff like that. It's like, dude, I understand. Like you're the new kid. You came from like a whole different school, and then like you kind of joined in. Like it was kind of like the midpoint and like towards like the end of the school year. That's when
Yeah.
he like got transferred over. So you gotta understand, like coming from that point of perspective, that it's just like you don't know anybody, and everybody already pretty much knows everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
you're coming into like that school ground. So I understand that in that aspect, but it was just
It
like
it's funny how it works because it's like here in the United States, we're like, it's scary to transfer schools and like move and.
yeah,
But then over on the West Coast, over in Japan, stuff like that, they're like, that's the transfer student.
hmm
Oh my god. And it's like you're popular for being the outcast.
Yeah, because like some people see them as just like, oh my god, like oh my god, we got this like new person from like out of state or whatever like that. Then like you come down here, and if you were to live down here, then you get transferred over there. It's just like yo, like this is this like new kid or whatever like that. Like yo, he don't even know what he's in for. It's just like bro, like why don't you like get this kid like a chance? Like why don't you like get him used to the environment? Don't like dash him down. But
Yeah.
besides the point. This nigga, I don't even know how the fuck, like, I don't even know what happened. Maybe like one day I was slacking, whatever, like that. I have no idea. But like he was able to finesse it, and she caught feelings for him, the chick that I was dating at that time, Jessica, and then she was feeling him, and there was like a lot of like whispers and talking and stuff like that. And even one of the teachers like literally like talked to me, and she was just like, oh, like like don't even worry about it. Like it's not worth it. I'm just like I'm like what y'all even like talking about? Because like y'all literally like you're talking about like the lean over whisper, and it's just like okay, like I'm over here and y'all over here leaning and whispering, and I'm right here, and it's just like yo, if y'all got something to say it to my face. Like why y'all over here just like oh like like I guess like one day he smelled really bad, or like one day he wear like bad clothes, like whatever it is, like just say it to my face. Like don't beat around the bush. But
Yeah.
that's how that relationship was. Um, I mean, going off of like just first relationships, that's how that was. And then for good relationships, I would say like a good one for me. I would honestly say what was it? Yeah, junior year for me, it was like pretty like it was pretty damn spot on, because freshman year dude, freshman year, I remember I was trying to pull a senior. I don't even know how how I finessed that, because I was I was Latino and she was Latina, and it was in gym class, and I didn't take any type of like way about it. We were in gym class, and I was with PK at the time too. So we're all just shooting the shit, and whatever like that. Keep in mind, there was like two white girls that were like also like very flirty with both of us and shit like that. And like me and PK just like spitting game and shit like that. And then remember Edwin,
Yep.
or was it Edwin or Edward? I think it was Edwin. He
'Cause
was
I
like
worked with
short,
him.
short and brown.
I worked
Yeah.
with them at McDonald's.
Oh wow, look at that small world. But yeah, freaking, he was like saying, he was just like yo, like she's feeling her. Like yo, you should date her. I was just like bro, like I don't even know her, bro. I'm like yo, she's a senior. Like I'm a freshman. Like I don't even like think that's gonna pop off. Then next thing you know, like she's over to like talk to me. There was this time that it was like I don't know if it was assembly or something like that, or they were like doing practice runs, like shooting the ball, whatever like that. Literally came up to me and PK while we were with like the two white chicks, and they were just like talking and whatever like that. And it was like me and PK. She came up to me and she was just like, "Oh, why aren't you sitting next to the rest of the spics?" But like she was Spanish too, so her saying spic, it didn't like really mean anything. So I was just like, I don't know, like I'm just chilling with my boy and stuff like that. And she's like, oh, okay. And she was just like, well, like you're really cute, so like you know, I don't know if like you trying to talk and stuff like that. I was just like, oh, I was like, I mean, I'm single, so I'm just over here doing me and stuff like that. But if you want to talk, like that's fine by me. You know what I'm saying? And we kind of like hit it off from there, and it was just like I don't know, like that relationship was like that relationship was weird, but
And that was freshman year?
yeah, that was freshman year. But
Yeah.
for junior year, when I dated this chick named what was her name? Oh, Zaida. And I will always remember that name because it was like a very unusual name, because you don't really hear like names like that like very commonly. And of course, she was Puerto Rican. And then she had either a cousin or sister named Nessa. Remember Taraja?
Yep.
Taraja, she was like very like intimate with Nessa. And I remember Nessa, she originally came up to me, and I didn't know if Nessa was trying to like trying to get with me or whatever like that. But then here comes Zyda coming out of nowhere from like left field, and she was just like, "Oh, like get his number for me," and then walks away. I was just like, "Wait, wait, what? What?" I was just like, I was so confused. I was like, "Wait, you're asking her to get my number for you?" Like that was like whole like so confused. And then Taraja coming out of nowhere, and Taraja putting her arm around Nessa, and she's like, It's like, nah, like that's on me right there. It's like, no, that's all. I'm like, oh, like relax, like Charles. I ain't even. That's all you. You got that like grocery bags, like trust me, like that's all you. I'm so confused about the whole part of chick coming from left field saying that like, oh, like,
Grab his number.
yeah, grab his number for me, and I was just like, what? And then it turns out that my boy Felix was like close family friends with them, and he's like, oh, yeah. You talking about Zyda and Nessa? Yeah, no, they're chill people. We're like family friends. So like, yeah, nah. They were actually talking about you, yo. Like yo, Zyda was feeling. I was just like, feeling. Was like, dude, I didn't even do anything. Like I don't even know, like, what did I do? And he's like, I don't know, bro. I was like, she just likes you. I was like, all right. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
And dude, I was bringing her teddy bears every single day. Like when we like actually like fully initiated like going out and stuff like that, I was bringing her teddy bears every single day because my dad, he had a whole bunch of like teddy bears that he got for his ex or whatever like that, but it didn't work out. So I was like, fuck, I'm put it to use. So every single day I was just like teddy bear, teddy bear, teddy bear, note, note, teddy bear, note, teddy bear, note, and I was just like, all right, fuck it. And then I was walking to the classes and stuff like that. Like, dude, I, I pristine that. Like, I polished that shit, and I don't know. It got to a certain point that I guess it didn't work out because I don't know, like certain things, whatever, like that. Like we definitely like we definitely hooked up and we did our thing and stuff like that. She came over to my house and stuff like that, and we did our thing, and I went over to her house, and we did a little bit and stuff like that, but it wasn't like, what I'm saying, like it wasn't any type of way that like like disrespectful or anything like
Yeah.
that or anything. But like, yeah, no, like overall, like I would say, like in all honesty, that was a really good relationship. She didn't really like, I wouldn't say like she ever like did me like really wrong. What I'm saying, like out
Yeah.
of all the relationships that I had, like she never really like, did me like really wrong. So
Yeah.
that's one good relationship that I would say. If you want to piggyback.
Um. So now I do a good relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd say probably a good relationship would be my lovely wife. Yeah, my lovely wife. There's definitely no relationship
Hey, man.
better than that one. But no, I would say if we're
Crazy, bro.
if we're going based off of like relationships that didn't make it, what was the best relationship that didn't succeed? I'd probably say Nessa. She was probably one of the ones where we kind of
I feel like she
went
was
out,
very understanding.
we hooked up.
She was very understanding and
she
very
was-
very patient.
She was very understanding and very patient, and I mean, I did get mad at her and kind of like go off on her a bit, but she defended herself a bit.
But dude, you pulled a W on that one because
But-
I know there was like a lot of times that like they would look at both of you guys and be like, damn, bro, like Mike over here like pulling
Yeah.
like some like she's pretty hot, and like back then around that time, like yo, like she had like that rock body where it was just
Yeah.
like yo, like Mike, all right, Mike, like I see you doing you, and
Yeah.
like back then it kind of sucked because again you had to go through that stupid fucking groundation and shit, whatever like that. But the times that you did spend with her and stuff like that, like you polished that, what I'm
Yeah.
saying, you made sure that you did you, so.
Yeah, and I mean, it definitely, and it was kind of nice because I got close with her friend as well, where it was like, I talked to her, I talked to her friend, and then if like something happened, I would let her friend know and be like, hey, like I haven't been able to get a hold of Nessa, but I'm not able to,
Yeah,
hang
you
out.
get that communication, so
Yeah,
that way it was able to be,
yeah,
orchestrated.
exactly. So I mean, to keep communication going, because actually, as a matter of fact, that relationship, I was in that relationship when that altercation happened that night, and I lost my phone.
Yeah, dude.
But we'll do that, I think, on another podcast.
Oh, don't worry. We're gonna be doing that soon. Don't worry about that. That's coming up to be continued.
Yeah,
But yeah, nah, dude. Like
but
I just remember it was me, Johan, you, Nessa, her friend, and stuff like that. And I think Johan was like not feeling some type of way about like you dating Nessa, but like I know he was feeling some type of way about her friend. He was like definitely like trying to get with that. Then I'm like kind of a little bit of like the third wheel. Me and Johan were both the third wheel because at that point we're just like I don't want to say it, but like we were pretty much your posse. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like we were just rolling with you, whatever. Like which we didn't mind because we would be walking on that trail. I
Mhm.
forgot what trail that was, but it was near Hannaford's.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we would just be like walking down that and shit like that. And it was a chill vibe and stuff like that. Me and Johan just like being goofy. But you had your time, you know what I'm saying? You had your time to at least like, like talk to her, get some one on one stuff like that, which is,
And
it's
it's
good.
actually interesting because even after that, when I had Serenity and I was living in Derry, she had messaged me out of the blue and was like, "Hey, I just wanted to say
Hmm.
how's it going? I'm sorry things ended the way that it did. I feel really bad, and I'm glad that you met somebody, that you're married, you have a kid, all that, and you've been successful and all that." And it was kind of nice to be like, touch base and like, hash it out and be like, you know what, it's
Yeah.
done, didn't work out, you know, I did some things, you did some things, and it just didn't work. And I mean, now, I mean, she's totally different.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody changes usually after they leave high school. So, but I mean, I won't
Yeah.
talk about it, but I mean,
Yeah.
you've seen pictures and stuff of her
Yeah.
now
I mean,
versus before.
I follow her on TikTok and yeah, no,
So,
I know what you mean. But
but
yeah, no, I
yeah, no,
mean, yeah,
definitely.
y'all definitely, I think that was important because y'all both got like some type of like
Closure.
clarity. So yeah, some closure and like you guys were both able to like, communicate, which is,
And
it's
it was
nice.
kind of nice because it was like, the closure was done, sealed, and then there was no more communication, and we basically deleted each other, and then boom,
Yeah.
never to be talked about again, which was kind of nice. It wasn't like, thrown back in my face. Whereas too, I mean, well, I'll let your turn.
Well, I would say for me, like bad relationship wise, that was this chick that I was dating, Brittany, and our boy Johan also was hopping in on that too. Unfortunately, the way the whole conversation and the way it kind of sparked between me and her was that she posted like some status, and I didn't even know that I was friends with her, but I was just like, all right. And then she like did like this whole like Hallmark type of like post, like talking about like she was feeling down and stuff like that. And I wasn't trying to be like a knight in shining armor, but I was just like, hey, like like I'm sorry that you feel that way and stuff like that. Just like like you're very beautiful. Like don't feel that way about yourself and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then she hit me in the DMs and she was like talking to me and she was just like, oh, like like do you really like like feel that way or are you just saying this like to be nice? Like no, like I genuinely feel that way. Like I don't think that you should like feel that way about yourself. I don't think that like you should demean yourself and make yourself feel like a piece of shit
Yeah.
or like even come close down to making that decision where you're thinking about committing suicide because it life can like hit you really hard and life ain't easy and then we uh we met up in the mall of New Hampshire and we were like talking and stuff like that. She was like definitely like very like like flirtatious and shit like that. She already had like the outfit, like she was like, you know, like definitely like DTF, like she was like, you know, ready to, you know, do something and stuff like that. But right then there, obviously we were just like conversating and stuff like that and doing us, and then freaking, I don't even know, it was like maybe like a week after or whatever like that. Freaking Johan, bro. This dude, bro. This dude over here spouting so much like
Oh crap.
yeah, dude, so much BS about me, dude. About me, and I thought that was like the most effed up part because I was just like, yo, I'm like, what are you talking? Because she's over here hitting me with all this hostility and stuff like that, and I should have took it from that point. I'm like, yo, like if you're already automatically believing someone else over my word, or you're already like thinking that, then you know we can just cut it right then and
Hash
there.
it right now.
Yeah, and I
Mind
was
you,
just like, you know what? Let me confront my homeboy and like see what's going on. And then
yeah.
I confronted him and I was talking to him, and then he was just like, oh, like nah, like that's not what it was. And I'm like, bro, like please, like don't bullshit me, man. Like just be straight for real. Like you're talking to me right now. Like ain't nobody here. I don't got you on the video camera or whatever like that. I'm not recording this. Like just be upfront. And he was just like, it's like, yeah, bro. It's like I'm sorry. He was like, I feel bad and stuff
So
like that. I was just like, dude, like you, come
yeah.
on, dude. Like, how you gonna talk shit about me to
Mhm.
a girl that I'm trying to get with or a girl that I'm with, and then say that like I'm a player and all that jazz and shit like that, and
Mind
then
you,
you're over here trying to sweeten your fucking load, dude.
this is
Like,
the second one.
you know what I'm saying? And it's just
He's
like,
got
dude,
two marshmallows. Two, count them, two relationships he was part of.
you know,
There's me and Carrie and him.
yep,
Now it's you, him, and
Brittany.
Brittany.
Yeah, dude, and it was just like, dude, like what the fuck, bro? And he was just like, I'm so sorry. Then he even like texted me like I'm sorry, bro. Like I love you. Like I'm sorry and shit like that. I'm just like, first of all, like what the fuck? Like this dude's never said like I love you. So like he might be like feeling like really like deep dark shit. And I was like, all right, bro, like whatever. And then I had to like confront her, and I was just like, yo, like he just over here like spouting BS. Like I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know why you're believing him.
Well, like
Yeah.
whatever you want to believe, you know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is and stuff like that. And she kind of like calmed down after that, and then we kind of like kept on going. But that relationship was bad, bro. It was like very toxic. Like we would get into like fights. That was the one I told
scratched
you
your
that
face.
scratched me across my face.
I
Like,
remember, yeah.
dude, there was times that we got into altercations on fucking school grounds at Central, bro. That even Eduardo was there to witness that. Like, I'm talking about, like, bro, she's swinging at me in the fucking courtyard, in the not courtyard, the locker room. So this is the courtyard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have that door that leads into the main office, and then you have that door that leads into like literally like straight up into the main office, and then you have like the parking lot that leads into the L, and then you have that one to lead into the building, and then you have like the two ways that you can get out from the courtyard. But this one right here, that building, and then you go in there, and then there's like, you know, that hallway, whatever, like that. Like, bro, we literally was getting into a fist altercation in that area, and it was just like Eduardo was witnessing it. So like, dude, I'm not gonna hit her back, and he was like, it's like, no, it's like, yeah, I understand. It was just like, yeah, no, dude, like that's just fucking crazy, bro. He's just like, yo, like you straight up, like you don't fucking deserve that. Like you shouldn't put yourself into that. And we were even dating at that time. We weren't even dating at the time, and she over here like doing like crazy shit like that. There was one time, and this was after like not so long ago that we broke up. So I believe we were dating like around like sophomore year, and then I don't even know how the fuck she was able to get transferred over, because she originally lived in the west side, but somehow she was able to finagle it to get transferred over to Central, and I recognized the voice. And when I heard the voice, I was like, oh, God, bro. Like, ain't no fucking way. And then who's she coming up to fucking hug? Johan. Because Johan wanted to hit a piece of that. Yeah. And, like, Johan over here, like, telling me just, like, yo, I hope you don't feel any time. I was like, dude, I don't give a fuck whatever the fuck you want to do. Like, bro, you can hit that. You could slap that. You can run over that. I don't care, bro. I am all set because this bitch fucking did everything underneath the sun and moon to disrespect. She left me voicemails of getting fucked by a dude. Getting fucked by a dude. Left me voicemails. And then even after her having sex with the fucking dude, saying like, "Oh yeah, I just had sex with this dude. His dick was way bigger than me and shit." I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like that shit don't. I don't care if his dick is 20 times bigger than me. I don't care if his dick is 5 times. I don't fucking care. It don't mean shit to me. It just proves that you a fucking slut. Like I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
And I was just like, to find out this nigga Johan decided to. I was just like,
He didn't care.
I was just like,
he was a horn dog.
whatever, bro. I'm like, listen, bro, whatever you want to do. I no strings attached. Do what you want to do. I'm just letting you know. She's fucking crazy. She's fucking crazy. You can get hypnotized because she had a big fat ass. That's one thing I could say. She had a really nice big fat ass.
That's what y'all went for. You and Johan were subject to that.
Well, the big fat ass and the big titties. Yeah. But it was just like, nah, bro. With that fat ass comes like a lot of fucking repercussions. There's a lot of shit that underlying that. So it's like, bro, you can go ahead and do whatever the fuck you want to do, bro. Like straight up. That's on you, dude. That's on you. But we're gonna put this on to be continued, and we will be back
with the part 2.
Yeah, with the part 2. So see y'all soon. Peace.